From the top of the hotel, I watch Faizabad waking up, with kids walking to school, men walking to work, and general morning traffic. After breakfast at the hotel, we head out to get my permit for travel in Badakhshan province, which is granted by a Taliban official sitting in an office. I wait for Malik to make some photocopies, watching some kids play volleyball outside a school and a man selling ice lollies. I have absolutely no idea how he makes them, but I'm mesmerized by the movement of his cart. So I decide to buy one, and it certainly hits the spot. Next, we're off to the shops for some supplies. We amass a pretty huge amount of food, which should last us for 12 days of walking. We say goodbye to the streets of Faizabad, heading for Boharak, which is where we need to get another permit, this time for the Wakhan National Park. Leaving the city, the mountains start to unfurl, and we stop for lunch at a small restaurant, again sitting in the men-only section. Lunch is bread, meat, and Kabuli pilau, accompanied by an energy drink, which seems to be something of a national tradition. Wahab wants to buy some meat, so we stop by a roadside butcher before we go to get my permit. Unlike the last place, this is not an office, it's a heavily fortified military base. As we enter, there are 3 Talibs with AK-47s sitting inside a bunker. As we start to speak to them to explain what we're there for, I notice in a tower another soldier with a semi-automatic weapon pointed in our direction. Only Malik is allowed to enter the compound, and he's there for over an hour. As Wahab and I start to worry, Malik finally emerges. It turns out there was a power cut, and then the generator went down, so they had to write my permit by hand. I'm just glad to be away from that place, and now we're heading through the Wardūj Valley. A group of little girls is selling apricots by the side of the road, so we decide to buy a bag. One of them runs off to wash them in a stream, and we decide to eat them there and then. The girls are curious and don't mind us taking their photo. We drive along some sketchy riverbanks and then some beautiful plains before we arrive in Ishkashim. I go for a wander with Malik and Sami, the guest house owner. But the Taliban apparently isn't too keen on foreigners being out and about after 9 PM. So it's back to the guest house for supper and, you guessed it, Kabuli pilau.